Hello, everyone. Glad to see you again. How are we all doing? How is your business doing? I understand inflation these days. I don't know how you are doing it, but may the universe continue to help us. And today, quickly on Reflect, here with Shola, I'd like to share another reflection about Nigeria. I told you I lived 38 years in Nigeria. And before I left Nigeria, there have been so many questions in my mind. I couldn't ask nobody because everybody sees as normal. Everybody don't want to talk about things that I want to talk about. So I'm grateful that the universe permits me to be on YouTube, on social media at this time. Not only am I sharing these reflections, but I am contributing my part to the world I like to see my children thrive and my unborn generation thriving. And quickly this morning, we are going to be talking about Nigeria. Nigeria is a culture of silence. If you agree with me, please click the like button. And somebody is asking, why did you say that? And I keep asking why. Continue to follow and you see my thoughts about why we are silent culture. Why is it that the moment someone speaks up about the failing systems, either the public, a lot of us are quickly able to touch on the public, but not on the church aspect of it. They are attacked. Anybody that come out to speak about the system, we attack, we dismiss, or we shut down. What exactly are we protecting? When you come out, I start to talk about my church, how I was raised, how I was. You flare up. You start to attack me. You get defensive. We talk about the government, we talk about this. Oh, yes, we want to talk about this. And some aspect of it, some of us still don't want to talk about it. What are we really hiding? Is it fear of consequences? I'm an adult. At 18, you are considered an adult. So are you afraid of the consequences of speaking up? When actually in the United States where I live right now, the norm is you see something, you say something. But reverse is it in Nigeria. You see something, you keep quiet or you join them. Is it fear of standing alone? Or fear of the truth finally being exposed? And did you forget that portion in the Bible, if you're a Christian, that says nothing, absolutely nothing is hidden forever. You may hide it for so long, but when the time is right for the universe to expose it, it will be exposed. Are you silent because of fear of truth finally being exposed? Are we silent because we fear consequences of speaking out? Because every time we silence a voice, guess what? Every time we silence a voice, we don't just ignore the problem. We don't just ignore the problem. Maybe some of us don't even know that we help it grow. I was listening to the video of my one of my auntie that I follow on YouTube today about a peculiar situation that happened in one of the colleges in Nigeria. It saddens my heart when people call on that show and say, at a point, somebody experienced such a thing, and they are not speaking. They didn't speak out then. No. They didn't speak up at that time. Now, similar thing is happening to another person. They are not even doing anything. They just call in that show to express that they too knew that happened in that school. My question is, when it happened in that school, what did you do? Because you don't want them to take you to the jail, you don't want to be punished. Is that the truth? Then you remain silent. Or you remain silent because it is not your child. And you let the evil slide. Excuse me. Because it is not your child, you feel you cannot speak. Because it is not your child, you passed it. You have forgotten it may be your turn tomorrow. In the church I grew up in, AFM, I haven't seen people being kidnapped as your member. Haven't people been kidnapped? But yet, you keep quiet. When we keep silent, every time we keep silent, every time we spend in silence, every time we silence a voice, we don't just ignore the problem. We help it grow. So you can now understand why the problem in our society keep growing, keep multiplying. I wonder, what don't we want people to know? In our churches, in our secular places, what don't we want people to know? What are we covering? Because if things were working, if systems were strong, if things are working, if systems were strong, if leadership was accountable, when you're accountable, you won't say, "Èṣù náà ni." No. "Èṣù náà ni." You know the part you played. Then speaking up wouldn't feel like a threat. I repeat. Because if things were working, if systems were strong, if leadership was accountable, if systems were strong, if leadership was accountable, then speaking up wouldn't feel like a threat. I am speaking my experiences. To you, AFM, to you, the Christian society, it shouldn't be a threat. But it does. It does. You're feeling like, what is she saying? Is God complaining that I'm bringing shame to you? Is God complaining that I'm bringing shame to you? Go back and read your Bible very well and take examples from a person like Samuel. Go and read about Samuel. Go and read back about the person called Jesus. Go and speak, walk, watch, read about people like David, how they speak to power. Even Saul. Go and read about them, how they speak to power. Our religious communities that should be speaking to power. Wow. Wow. Even in places, speaking truth feels like a threat in Nigeria. You know, when you speak the truth, they come after you. When you speak the truth, they call you names. Even in places that should lead with truth, like our churches, our mosque, we still see silence. Like this video if I'm speaking the truth. Comment if I'm speaking the truth. Silence in the face of wrong. Silence when people are hurting. Silence when change is needed. Kò mà sẹ́ni tó ṣe yín Nàìjíríà, ẹ̀yin lẹ ṣe ra yín. Torí pé ẹ like òótọ́, ẹ fẹ́ òótọ́. So I ask again, who is benefiting from this silence? Ẹjọ́ ta là ń ṣe lóore by being silent. Because it's not the people. You're not benefiting the people. The people are living in so much insecurity, in fear. And then we sit back, waiting, hoping, when the creator of the universe has given us power and conscience, that maybe America or another country will come and fix what we refuse to confront. Beloved, who is helping out that America? Who is helping that developed country you are looking at? Who is helping them? Go and read the history of America. They didn't call on European government to come and help them. Excuse me. They fought it themselves. But we are the opposite. We want to continue living in that way that we think is appropriate. And be calling on American government. Every little thing. Call on every government to come and help us. You are experiencing Boko Haram. Who are the Boko Harams? Where are they from? The government cannot help it. Wow. Wow. We refuse to confront it, right? But how can anyone fix what we won't even admit is broken? Did we agree that our system in Nigeria is broken? Because as if somebody is competing with your country. You compete with yourself by looking at where you were a couple years ago and where you were today. You compete with yourself. Real change begins when we speak. I am speaking, some other people started speaking. When we question, real change starts to take place. When we stop protecting systems that are no longer serving us. My church is not serving me. I come out, I tell you I'm not celebrating Easter anymore. Somebody's attacking me for that. Are you serious? Silence may feel safe, but it's also what keeps us stuck. You can hear me. Silence may make us feel like we are safe right now, right? When we started seeing corruption here and there, we kept quiet. When we started seeing Boko Haram, we kept quiet. But now, where are we? Where are we? How has that culture of silence helped us? So today, I'm asking you. Today, I'm asking myself, what is one truth you've been afraid to say out loud? See me. Every truth I know will come on this channel. Let's start there. Come here. Watch the videos. Agree by liking. Comments. Drop it in the comments if you can. Or at least be honest with yourself. Can't forget that little seed my dad planted when I was younger, telling us that honesty is the best policy, and that in this house, honesty is one of the core values. And in my house today is one of the core values that I'm teaching my children. In fact, when I want to ask them some deep questions, when I want to have some deep conversations, I will tell them, I want the honest truth. Even though it may feel hard to them, but at that point, I will hear the whole truth. And at that, I know they might still have some things they hide. It's okay. I'm not going to continue to probe into their lives. They have right to keep what they want to keep. But for the situation at hand, they must tell me the whole truth. So today, I'm encouraging you to drop in the comments, what is one truth you've been afraid to say out loud? And if my video resonates with you, please like this video, because healing, growth, and real change begins when silence is broken. I have been silent for years. I have reflect upon these things, decades. And now, the universe is permitting me to come out and share my own reflections with you, so that you and every one of us, we all can think and start building the culture of open communication, where people can hear their grievance, where people can say what has affected them, and how we can see through their eyes if we want to, and say, oh, really? At the time we thought we were teaching this thing in a good way, we didn't know we actually was hurting people. And you amend it. Not that you tell me not to speak. Not that you tell somebody else to shut up. You don't tell people to shut up. This is my journey, and your journey is your journey. Let's begin to break away from the culture of silence. Thank you all again for watching this video. I hope you like, subscribe, and share with anyone that needs to hear it. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.